Joe Rogan has reportedly reacted to the growing situation involving Ilia Topuria and his wife, with the discussion spreading rapidly across MMA circles. According to claims circulating from people close to the situation, there are rumors of serious relationship issues, including talk of a possible divorce. However, these reports remain unverified, and the details being shared online are still unclear as speculation continues to grow.
Is it publicly? There's like a divorce.
Oh, yeah. Well, she's taking photos with rappers and shit, putting it on Instagram.
No.
Yeah. They try to
Put a fucking knife right in your spirit.
This is the mother of your children, and this lady is a monster. There's a lot of ladies like that because you hooked up with a guy who's an incredibly special human being. You not just a UFC world champion, but a 2-division world champion superstar who the whole world wants to see, and you're his wife. So you're like, oh, look at me. And then he doesn't want to be with you anymore. Well, I'm gonna take you down. Reputation destruction. That's what they really are experts in.
Actually, I met my wife in Miami.
Really?
Yeah, she was living there.
Damn. Who says you can't meet your wife in Miami?
We can find you right in any place in the world.
You hear that? Put that on Only in Date on Instagram. You can meet your wife in Miami.
All right, let's roll.
Put it on Only in Date. It's hilarious.
Everywhere. But why are you saying that?
Huh?
Why are you saying that?
Everyone says that.
Because you go to the party and this is the only place you see, but you don't know the another part of Miami of people that just they want.
They're normal.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
Best place to work out too, Miami, because you can just walk outside and run the water.
Does anybody get under your skin? You know what that means? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody that knows to say something that triggers. They see your face is saying something though.
I think the only person is my wife, probably. She's the only person. No one else, I think.
Seriously?
I think so.
That's very good.
Yeah.
You know, because you know that is a big strength of a lot of great ones were like that. Some of it wanted it. Some people wanted it. Like Michael Jordan's was he wanted you to say something to him. Yeah. And then he would convince himself that you said something about him really bad. And then he wanted to kill you. That's what Michael would talk about. You know?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, he was playing basketball.
Right.
And I have enough of that energy that I wanna go in and take his head.
What was initially seen as a private matter has now turned into widespread online discussion, drawing heavy attention across MMA communities. Over recent weeks, speculation about Ilia Topuria's personal life has circulated rapidly, with various claims and reports being shared across social media, though much of it remains unconfirmed. The situation has created significant noise around one of the sport's biggest names, adding off-cage distractions at a time when focus is usually on competition. While details remain unclear and largely based on speculation, the growing attention has inevitably become part of the broader conversation surrounding his future in the UFC.
Dig into this. I guess I misunderstood. Ilia Topuria made headlines. My belief through the headlines is that Ilia was walking away from the UFC championship belt, thus elevating Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett to undisputed title. Now, once I dug into this, I can't quite recall why I thought it in the first place. I mean, once I dug into it, there was nothing in the article that said that Paddy and Justin was going to be undisputed, or that the UFC was accepting, or that Ilia was surrendering a belt back. And I was talking with Daniel Cormier. Daniel's always got the inside scoop. It's like, hey Daniel, you just got back from calling this event. What is going on there? Is Justin and Paddy moved up? And Daniel said no. He said that essentially in all of these articles and all of these news waves that have now just come out on Ilia Topuria, it's repackaging what we already knew. It was Ilia coming in front of this thing and saying, hey, I'm dealing with some big stresses in my personal life, and one of the great concerns that I have is that there's going to be a claim made against me for domestic violence, and I'm sitting here and I'm just waiting for this shoe to drop. And until it does, and until I can deal with that, try to work my own personal things back into order, I won't be competing. Now, I think a lot of you are going to hear what I just said and go, hey, Chael, you're 2 weeks late on the story. No, that is the story. The story is that this made headlines for something that we were already told a couple of weeks ago, and there is no escalation from that, meaning Ilia Topuria is not vanquishing or having stripped from him.
Ilia Topuria's decision to vacate his belt didn't appear out of thin air. Reports and speculation around his situation suggest that outside distractions and mounting pressure played a major role in disrupting his ability to prepare at a championship level. For a fighter known for discipline, structure, and precision inside the cage, instability outside of competition can be just as damaging as any opponent. When focus shifts away from training and performance, it often becomes difficult to maintain the level required at the very top of the sport.
Some news regarding Ilia Topuria, because I do think that as of this morning, it's probably the biggest news of the day. So obviously by now, you know that he is not fighting on January 24th. You know that he is taking a bit of a break. You know that there's an interim title on the line at UFC 324. You know all that stuff and more. Well, over the weekend, he spoke to ESPN Deportes. I want to play those two clips in a moment, but I want to start with the new news first, if you will, because he posted on Instagram this morning an update on his status, and he also discussed what he's been going through. And I think it's worth reading because this is the most he has said about all this. Over the past several weeks, I've made the difficult decision to temporarily step away from defending my title. This was not a decision I took lightly. However, when circumstances arise that threaten your personal integrity, your family, and your reputation, there comes a point when you must address them directly. In recent months, I have been subjected to severe and unacceptable pressure, including threats to disseminate false allegations of domestic abuse unless financial demands were met. These allegations are entirely unfounded. The truth is not a matter of opinion, it is a matter of evidence. All relevant evidence has been carefully preserved and documented, including audio recordings, written communications, witness statements, and video material. This evidence has been submitted to appropriate judicial authorities in order to pursue legal action for attempted extortion, falsification of evidence, misappropriation of funds, and personal property, and multiple threats. My initial decision to remain silent was made solely to protect my children, who are the most important part of my life. However, I've come to understand that silence under these circumstances does not protect the truth. It allows false narratives to take hold. Many individuals have faced similar situations, and time and again, the legal system has ultimately clarified the facts. Today, I'm stepping forward not only for my family and myself, but also to demonstrate that no one should be forced to yield to intimidation, manipulation, or fear. Those who know me can attest that I have never engaged in violence of any kind, and that my life and career have always been guided by discipline, respect, and integrity. I have full confidence in the judicial process and will allow the legal system to determine the facts based on evidence. Out of respect for my children and the ongoing legal proceedings, I will not be making any further public statements. I respectfully ask that speculation be avoided and that my family's privacy be honored during this sensitive time. The truth does not require volume, it requires facts. Thank you, Ilia Topuria. So that is heavy duty stuff. Obviously, we knew that he was going through some personal issues and there's rumors online, and I didn't want to partake in any of those. I had not heard any of this.
Did Ilia Topuria and his wife break up? Like, seriously, I'm actually so upset about this. Honestly, I hate when good-looking couples split up. Ilia Topuria and his wife Georgina look like such a power couple together, and if this is true, this would be so shocking.
We already dreamed this so many times. We always say that you have to see things before they happen.
Another dream come true.
But what if it's true? What will this mean for Ilia Topuria's perfect 17-0 MMA record? And you know what they say, behind every successful man is an even better woman. Anyway, everyone's going on about this awkward Nelk Boys video with Ilia Topuria, so let's...
Fans remain divided on the situation. Some argue that Topuria made the responsible choice by stepping away to protect his well-being and avoid risking a compromised title defense under heavy emotional pressure. Others see it differently, suggesting that true champions are expected to push through adversity rather than withdraw from it. This debate alone has kept his name at the center of MMA discussion. The timing only adds to the intensity. He was at the peak of his momentum, undefeated, widely feared, and quickly becoming the face of his division, before suddenly vacating the title and leaving the championship picture uncertain. The UFC now faces the challenge of reshaping long-term plans that once seemed stable. At the same time, there's growing speculation within the MMA community that this period may ultimately reshape Topuria rather than diminish him, with some believing that when he returns, he could come back more driven and determined than ever, carrying a renewed sense of purpose.